guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a good day. I have waited about a month for my new vinyls for the KTM 890 and they look great. They look really cool. They're from Motoproworks. It's a full body kit wrap for the KTM, and it was slightly awkward because I've installed the Rebel X aftermarket side fairings on the KTM at the top, but I don't know if anybody here, like, I don't have an absolute Scooby-Doo what I'm about to do. I know the company send you a QR code and show you some sort of tutorials of what to do and all the rest of it. We all know that it looks so much easier than it actually is in real life. So obviously this time I'll read the instructions before I do any work, because usually I'll just dive straight in and then mess it up. But I'll show you guys the whole process. If you are interested of changing the look of your motorbike or changing the bodywork, it's fairly expensive, I think, for what it is. But saying that, now the products actually arrive, the transfers arrives, I can actually see the quality of what they are. I can see how well the print's done, and I understand the price of these things and how expensive they can be. So I'm just going to finish my coffee and then I'll walk you through the kit that I've bought and I'll show you the transfers. Okay guys, so as you can see, these are the transfers. So this was what was called the stealth design. So it's like a mix of sort of dark greys and blacks, or very dark greys and various lighter shades of grey. It's like a stealthy sort of digital camo look. I really like it. And yeah, the quality of this stuff's really good. As you can see, they've got the download manual here. They've got the various elements of what presumably the numbers, like for instance these are 6 and 8, and the various parts of the bike that these go on. So they've got the manual to download how to actually install these things. But yeah, I've got sheet after sheet after sheet of these. So that's what needs to be installed. The company I bought it from is Motoproworks, not a sponsor, didn't gift me anything. Genuinely just looked like the best company for this type of stuff. So yeah, they're very heavy duty, thick material, and all the cut up, so they look really quality, like a really good quality sticker. As you can see, it does have the KTM branding on it, but they do them for all sorts of bikes. Go and have a look. They do Africa Twins and Enduros and everything. They do literally everything. They've got a million designs, so go check them out. So that's the transfers, and I will show you what I've got in terms of installation kit for these as well. Hi guys, so these are the bits I've bought for installing the transfers on the KTM. I had a quick look on the website and it said and recommended these bits. So first of all, microfiber cloths. I've got a number of microfiber cloths, and I've got 70% alcohol rub as well. So once the bike's completely clean and I've washed it with, you know, water and soap and all the usual type of products, I'm going to wipe all the panels down, the plastic panels down, with this alcohol wipe rub, and that's just to get rid of all that grease, all that sort of residue, if there's any sort of chain lube on there, anything like that. Get it off with the alcohol rub, take it off with a microfiber cloth as well, because anything that's going to sit under in between the plastic panel work and the transfers is presumably going to either like limit the life of the transfer being on the bike without lifting, or it could leave like grit and residue under it, which will just not give it that perfect finish. I've also bought a little plastic like squirty gun, and that's to essentially that with the masking tape. I've had a look, and essentially for the bigger pieces what you want to do is, once the bike's fully clean, is squirt a bit of soapy water underneath and then mask off the corners of the transfer. If you can get that in place, and the soapy water allows you to slightly move a transfer about if it's not a perfect fit, and then you can cut and lift off a part of the sticker, put it on, and then start using a heat gun to evaporate, or a hairdryer to evaporate the water behind it, and then that allows you just a little bit more flexibility if you need to move these transfers in various places. I've got a number of basically plastic squidgy type things. Obviously these are to work the transfer, get all the water out, get all the air bubbles out of it, so you get that perfect smooth finish. Anyone that's watched the channel will know my main gripe was the KTM. I think the bike's just an awesome bit of kit. It's as good as it gets for mid-weight, but I just think it's a bit ugly. I hate to say it, I just think the bike's a little ugly. When I walk away from it and when I walk towards it, it doesn't give me that, oh, that's a nice bike feel. Right guys, so enough talking. I'm gonna wash the bike, get it absolutely pristine, put the alcohol wipe on it and get it ready for the transfers. I'll show you as much as I can actually installing the transfers, and I really hope this looks really cool. I hope I don't look at it and I'm like, ugh. So I'm sure it will look great. It's gonna take some time. I'm gonna be patient and I'm gonna do it as best as I can and show you everything along the way. So right, off to wash the bike. Hey guys, so please excuse me, this is my dad's garage. It's an absolute bomb pit. I think this is how he likes to do stuff, I don't know, whatever. And I'm gonna fit this piece here, and this piece lives on here. So I've just prepped that, so we're gonna give it a soak, spray some soapy water on it, and we're gonna fit this. So I'll show you I'll let you guys know how it goes. See how tricky this actually is, or hopefully lessons learned from the first one. Right guys, so I hope you can see me okay. Sorry if my head's cut off a little bit, but I just want to make sure we get this in sharp. So first things first, I've got the cutout here. I've just taken it off the cutout sheet, and I'm just going to offer this up onto here. Just get a bit of an idea of where it needs to live. Right, so that's how I'll mask that potentially. A few bits of sticky up there to mask those 3 bits. What I'm going to do then, make sure they're on properly, I'm going to cut the back end of the sticker across here, and I'm going to lift this up, soak this with soapy water, stick this first bit down, get rid of all the air bubbles there, and then I'll peel the rest of the sticker off and make sure I'm squeezing it through that end as well. Wish me luck. What we want to do, we want to get our little, I'm sure these have a proper name, these little plastic edges, and I'm just going to work this down like so. Just try and get as much of the air out the centre of it as I can to start off with. Okay, and what I'll do is behind you, I've got just a hairdryer. I don't have a heat gun, so this will have to do. Heat into this, and this will just evaporate the water and the soap. I want to work down the centre first. So guys, I think I just did a thing. I think I actually did it. So there it is. Needs a bit of like polishing because that fairy liquid stuff, that soap, just leaves all sorts of soap marks all over it, so it needs a bit of a clean, but that's perfect. It's flush, there's no bubbles in it, it's sat in exactly the right place. Yeah, so 1 down, about 57 to go. So guys, I'm not going to film every one because it's going to get a bit boring, so I'm going to work my way through it. I might show you some of the bigger, more challenging pieces, and then I'll show you the end result once it's all done. So I'm going to get as much done as I can today. What time are we on? It's like 5 o'clock now, so I'm going to get as much as I can done now, and then yeah, and if there's a little bit left over tomorrow morning, I'll do tomorrow morning as well. So we'll see how we get on. So I'll catch you in a little bit. Okay guys, so quick update. It's the next morning. I made some pretty good progress yesterday. I mean, yeah, if I'm honest, I'm really happy with the way it's going. It's a lot more pliable than I thought it was, and it's not as difficult as I thought it was as well. You know, you can see the finish on this is really good. All the air bubbles are out. It's a nice smooth finish. It does need obviously a wipe down. It's got like soapy residue on the top of it. There's a few bits of the old panelling that you can kind of see there, just poking through, but on the most part, I mean, the graphics are really well made, they're really well cut, and the quality of the material is really forgiving as well. So what I was going to do, I was going to put on a piece and just show you roughly how I'm prepping it as well. I've got my helmet on, so bear with me. This is probably the easiest way of filming it and showing you guys like that point of view. So I've got a transfer here, for example, that sits on top of the tank. So I'm getting quite used to this now, so I don't really need to use the masking tape approach as much. So I'll look at that. I've got alcohol rub here. So if I put a bit of this 70% alcohol, I'll start rubbing a surface like this per se. Like I say, the bike's still really dirty from the NC. I found all sorts of stuff where these aftermarket panels live, like bugs and bees and all sorts of stuff. Proper gross actually. So the bike does need a good clean. So I'll treat that with alcohol. It's had a bit of a wash anyway, but I'll just go over it once more with alcohol, make sure any sort of stain or residue's off. And then I'll go over it with this cloth. I'll just give it a quick zap with some heat and dry off the remainder of any alcohol that's left on there. I hope the missus doesn't watch this video, because that's her Dyson hairdryer and she'll be absolutely fuming if she finds out. But she's out for the day, so I think we'll get away with it. I've just got to make sure I wipe the cord because it's all dusty. Cover up my tracks. Right, okay, that's on there. So what then I'll do, I'll peel this transfer off. Right, so I'll spray this with a little bit of soapy water, not loads, and then I'll also apply a couple of squirts onto the transfer as well, and then I'll offer it up, get the rough location. I'm not expecting the graphic to completely stick at this point. I'm just working the majority of that water I just squeezed on it just out of the graphic, making sure the positioning's right. And I've got no major air pockets in there at all. Okay, and it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much at all to start really warming this transfer up and the glue underneath it. Looking for getting any, see that, all that moisture coming out of the graphic there. Just get all that out. So once you get the bulk of that out, which is what we're doing now, you can start working the edges out, making sure you've got no lifted edges. Guys, it's done. 7 hours. 7 hours of putting this on. What did I think? I didn't think it was too bad, to be honest. I expected it to be one of those jobs that just looked easy but was really, really difficult. But it was kind of the opposite, actually. I thought it was going to be a real challenge to put it on, but well, not a challenge to put it on, but put it on correctly, like you would sort of a professional. There's no bubbles in it, there's no creases in it, everything fits perfect. I didn't have any errors, any mistakes. It's great, and it's just transformed my motorbike. But the KTM was always the ugly duckling, although I bought it because I think it's the best bike in its class, but it never ever made me feel, you know, when I was walking up to it, walking away from it, it never gave me that feeling like that's a really good looking motorbike. And I think that's changed now. I think this is an absolutely stunning bike now, and I truly think it's one of a kind as well. I've never seen the 890 with the Rebel X fairing with an entire graphic body kit, and it just flows. The whole bike just looks like it was designed and out the factory this way, with this side fairing. It just flows, all the graphics. But I'm super happy, guys. I hope it's given you a bit of an idea that if you did want to do this type of work on your bike, if you wanted to give your bike a little spruce, a bit of loving, or just change the look of it, £300, in my opinion, looks like a different motorbike. So that's all it is. Hope you like it. Please can you write me a couple of comments in the comments section. Just let me know what your thoughts are of the bike. What do you think it looks like? Do you think it's an improvement on what it was before? I hope you do. And yeah, cracking. I'm really happy with that, guys. So right, I'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. Short but sweet episode. And please, yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe to the channel. All your love means everything in the world to me, and the channel's starting to grow a little bit, but still lots of people watching that aren't subscribing, aren't liking to the video. So please, all the support, give it a like, give it a subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.